Good morning and welcome to my hobby table once again. Today's old school RC video will feature some items that I received in the latest Facebook Marketplace deal. And the items I will be showing you today are actually freebies. I wasn't planning on buying them. I was at the gentleman's house, very nice gentleman, and I was purchasing the items that I was getting, and he just said, well, here, take these things too. So I did, and I'll briefly show you the items in the Facebook deal here before I get to the main topic here, just because it was so awesome. So the first one here is an assembled airplane. It's a Carl Goldberg Eagle II airplane, and with that came a complete wing kit, replacement wing kit, which I had never seen before. Thought that was kind of interesting. And then also a complete Great Plains Super Sportster 60 kit. Actually, I say complete. It wasn't actually complete. It was missing the instructions and the plans. But thankfully, thankfully for the outerzone.uk website, I was able to download plans, the instruction manual, and everything else I would need for that, and I had them printed out. So anyway, this was an awesome deal, all under $200 for all of these items. But so with that said, let's look at the table now. So you're going to say, well, this is just another Futaba FG system. And you're right, it is. This one is not complete, it is not functional, but I thought it was interesting enough to show just because there are some other things that came with it that were kind of cool. And one of the first things I thought was kind of nice was it actually came with the actual Futaba manual. And this particular system is the FP4G 4-channel radio. So it's the lowest end FG series radio, but it came with the nice manual, and it talks about all the specifications and all that good stuff. It came with, and it came in a box, but the box and foam were just in such horrible shape that I just tossed it because I couldn't even handle having that stuff here. And actually this transmitter was really filthy. It took me 10 minutes or so of really serious cleaning to get this thing to even look the way it does right now. But anyway, so in this box with this stuff came a bunch of servo horns, screws, grommets, all that good stuff that you would need to mount. And then it came with these little, I guess these are just wind direction, wind speed flags that you would put on in addition to this. And I think that's what these little slots, these additional slots here are for. So just more, wind flag information. Came with a, obviously you can always use this kind of stuff. It came with a single servo box that this is designed, to be put in a wing for your aileron control. And it also came with this servo tray with 3 servos, and these servos I don't think were the ones that came with these are S38s. Maybe they are. But they all feature this really old, I don't know if that 3-pin prong is called the Futaba J connector, but it's that old 3 style. So it's the same vintage as this. Now I'm going to zoom in a bit here on this now. So here's just your 4-channel Futaba transmitter. Like I said, I had to clean it up. It was really filthy. It feels like it's in pretty good shape. It's just got a single trainer switch. The antenna access, I thought you were supposed to be able to push on it and there was a spring in there, but that isn't present. But the antenna does pop out just as it should. I mean, it's a nice heavy system, but the thing that's different about this one is this. This one actually has a removable module, and this is primarily the reason why I wanted to show this, is because I've never seen one of these that actually had the removable RF module. And you got to kind of do it really gently because there's just these connectors on this one end. I've had this out several times, and now I'm trying to pull it out on camera and it's trying to give me a hard time. Here we go. So here's our RF module, which is kind of cool. I'd never seen one of these before, never handled one of these, never touched one of these. Now, I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to leave this out for now, because what I really want to do is I want to take the battery out of this. So the last time that I opened one of these transmitters up, there was a gentleman that actually educated me on the right way to do remove the rear cover. So it's these 3 screws on the bottom. So I'm just going to pop these 3 screws out real quick. And this thing has got some weight to it, so I figure it's got the battery installed. It has no capacity, no charge at all, so I'm just going to take that out. And because this didn't come with the receiver, that's why I'm saying this is pretty much a non-functional system, because to find a receiver for this would be one thing, but then to find the matching crystal would be another. And then, even if you were to find the receiver and matching crystal, you really should have to take it into somebody that's got a spectrum analyzer so you can see if it's really tuned properly. So now I think what we do is, with those two, I just kind of can pop this rear cover up and off, I believe. Okay, so finally I got this thing apart. Not exactly the same number of screws had to be taken off as with the other one. So this section here would have been covered by this slide cover here, which pops off here. And this is where you would access your servo reversing. And that's the only screws you've got here on this one is servo reversing screws. But like I said, I want to take this battery pack out. There we go. There's really no reason for that to stay in here and possibly corrode, and you never know. You never know. I might get lucky someday and find a receiver for this and a matching crystal. That would be really cool. Channel 44. If anybody has one, let me know and we'll make a deal for something here, because it would be kind of cool to get this thing operational again. And so they encourage you, or at least they mention that you can do this, remove the cover in the manual so that you can make gimbal adjustments. So there's some talking here, stick mechanism and its adjustments. They're talking about removing 3 screws. They're saying only remove this screw and these two here and this center screw. Maybe that's all I really needed to do, but it just seemed like I wasn't willing to, that wasn't enough. But anyway, so there's the inside of this Futaba FG 4-channel system, and I mean, it looks good. It looks great on the inside. I don't see anything wrong with it. So I think the only issue that would be non-functional with this thing is the fact that it just doesn't have a receiver and matching crystal. Other than that, everything is cool. Now see, look at this. This is interesting. So this little module box can come right out of here too, if you were so inclined to pop that thing out. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, anyway, that concludes this old school RC video, and thank you all for watching.